is up, brawlers, bladers, and fellow awesome nerds? It is I, Baku Dad, one half of the Baku Boys, and if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, please be sure to drop a comment so you can help keep our channel growing as we do try and release weekly Bakugan, Beyblade, and other awesome nerdy content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what I've gotten started for you guys for this video. So, today is Saturday, November 27th, and it is Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope all of you guys, all of you wonderful viewers out there, had a really great Thanksgiving filled with fun, family, and wonderful food. I know Baku Kid and I definitely had our share of fun, family, and great food. And honestly, that is all Baku Kid and I could really ask for. He actually wound up getting an extended week with me, and him and I really kind of took a break from trying to do some content because we just wanted to have some extra fun and kind of work on some other stuff and get a couple other ideas brewing for the future of our channel and what's to come in store for the Baku Boys. But aside from all that, today is Saturday, and I actually have a really awesome unboxing video lined up for you guys. Let me just go ahead and grab our box of unboxing content. And today I have, we actually haven't done this in a while. I haven't done it in a while either. But for today's video, we are going to be opening up our second Force of Will themed starter deck. This deck is the Fire deck, Machina, the Machine Lord. The last one we opened, I'll go ahead and leave a link to that video in the description below, but the first themed starter deck we opened for Force of Will was, this is actually from the Alice, I think it is the, yeah, I think this might be the Alice cluster, but the first one we opened was a water deck with Princess Valentina, and this one is a completely different one. I actually had thought about dismantling that Princess Valentina deck and using a couple cards from that for Baku Kid's deck, but I wound up getting the cards that I wanted to put in his deck, and that will actually be another future Force of Will unboxing, is me showcasing the really cool cards that I had wound up getting for Baku Kid's Force of Will deck. But this deck, yes, like I said, this deck is the Machina, the Machine Lord Fire deck. I'm actually super excited to check out this deck because the first deck, the Princess Valentina deck, that deck had really good synergy with all the cards in it. So I'm excited to see what kind of synergy we're going to get with this deck. But I'm not going to waste that much more time. We are going to jump straight to the table where we are going to open up and check out this awesome Force of Will themed starter deck with Machina, the Machine Lord. Catch you guys in just a moment. Yeah! All right, welcome back to the table where we are ready to open up this awesome Force of Will themed starter deck. So let's go ahead and just cut the tape right here. Cut the tape right here. And that should be all that I needed to do. So, one thing I want to do before we actually open up the box completely, one thing I do like about this is right here on the back of the box, it shows a complete inventory of every single card that comes in the deck, which I think is super cool. So you already know what cards you should be getting in the deck. So let's go ahead and take it out. I like how these boxes look too. Really nicely made. Okay, another how to play booklet, a complete reference rule manual, and another one of these awesome paper play mats. I really like the design of these paper play mats. When I teach Baku Kid how to play, we'll be using paper play mats. So he's got a good reference of everything. All right. And here's the deck, still sealed up. Let's go ahead and break the seal on this bad boy. Okay, there we go. And here is our ruler. Let's actually flip him over to his ruler side instead of his J ruler side. So we have Machina, the Machine Lord. Costs 4 for his judgment. And then you can pay X amount of will to search your main deck for an addition or resonator with total cost X or less with no attribute. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your main deck. Play this ability only once per turn. Okay, and then his judgment. Oh, I accidentally dropped it. So his J ruler side is Machina, the Mechanical Emperor. When this card enters your field, you may put up to 3 resonators and or additions with no attribute from your hand into your field. Banish a resonator with no attribute. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to this card until end of turn. And he has a God's Art, the Invincible Soldiers. Pay 3 will of any kind. Resonators with no attribute you control cannot be destroyed this turn. Play God's Art, Invincible Soldiers only once per game. All right, that's cool. I like him. Art on him actually looks really cool. Okay, now start checking out all the cards we get in this deck. We get 4 copies of Flame King's Shout. Costs 2 fire and 1 generic. And this card deals 400 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. Then you may put a fire resonator with total cost 3 or less from your hand into your field. It gains swiftness until end of turn. Okay. Ooh. Snow White, the Valkyrie of Passion. She has swiftness and first strike. Whenever this card attacks, put a passion counter on it. Whenever this card attacks, it may deal 300 damage to target resonator for each passion counter on it. If it does, remove all passion counters from it. That's actually pretty cool. 4 copies of her. 4 copies of Clockwork Scout Plane. Costs 2. Oh, and I forgot to mention the cost for Snow White. She costs 2 fire and 1 generic. Clockwork Scout Plane costs 2 generic. And it's just a 500 with flying. And let's see, Snow White is a 500. I'm actually like, I can't, I'm accidentally skipping stuff because I'm so excited about checking out this deck. It's been sitting in the box for a while and I've been waiting for a time to actually break it out for a video. So next card is the Clockwork Soldiers. It costs 1 generic. It has target attack, so this card can attack recovered resonators. And you can pay 1 generic. This card gains plus 200, plus 0 until end of turn. At the end of turn, banish it. And it's a 300. 4 copies of that. We have 2 copies of the Imitation Dragon. Costs 4 generic. It's a Machine Dragon Resonator with flying. That's a 1,000. And here we have 2 copies of Laginus, the Mechanical City. Costs 2 generic. Machines you control gain plus 200. You can pay 2 will and rest this. Target Resonator loses flying, first strike, pierce, or target attack until end of turn. If it does, another target Resonator gains that ability until end of turn. Oh, wow. So being able to steal an ability. Okay, we have 4 copies of March of the Machine Lord. Costs 5 generic to play. You may pay 1 less to play this card for each Resonator with no attribute you control. So attribute meaning like fire, water, wind, darkness, light. Those are the 5 attributes in Force of Will. So Resonators with no attribute you control gain plus 300 in swiftness until end of turn. Okay, we get 4 copies of Power Supply Team. It costs 3 generic to bring out. Banish this card. Recover target Resonator, and it's a 500. We get 4 copies of Maribel, the Steel Doll. Costs 0 to bring out. If your J Ruler would be dealt damage, prevent 200 of it. Tap 5 will or rest 5 will. This card becomes a 1,000 Machine Resonator until end of turn. It's still a Regalia. If your J Ruler is Machina, the Machine Lord, or Machina, the Mechanical Emperor, you may pay 2 less to play this ability. 1 generic will and rest it. Banish this card. Destroy target Regalia. It's actually not bad. Sylvia's Clanmate, 1 fire, 1 generic. It's a flying dragon. You can banish this card. You pay 1 less to play judgment abilities of your ruler this turn. You can pay 1 firewell. This card gains plus 100 until end of turn. And it's a 400. And it doesn't say that you can do this only once. So you can do that as many times as you've got the firewell to play it. The Mechanical Sprite costs 1 generic to play. This tap 1 generic will. This card gains flying until end of turn, and it's a 300. Oh yeah, we get 4 copies of Sylvia's Clanmate. We get 4 copies of the Mechanical Sprite. And here are our Fire Magic Stones that produce Fire Will. We actually get 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I actually like the synergy in this deck too. This is actually pretty good. I can tell it's a machine heavy deck, and the theme of it I actually really like. Being able to have like some dragons and some other stuff, but you've got all these machine monsters or robots that just attack and have all kinds of really cool abilities. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy taking a look at another awesome Force of Will themed starter deck with me. Until next video, I am Baku Dad signing off, one half of the Baku Boys. And always remember to Bakugan Brawl, let it rip, and stay awesome and nerdy. Peace out, guys.